Welcome back to Spanish Fork Complex as we start the next of the championship bracket ball games. In this ball game, we have Providence Hall versus Morgan. Morgan being the number 1 seed, I believe, in 3A. And so Providence Hall, I believe, is the number 7 team. Morgan is number 2 in 3A. And Providence Hall, number 7. So first to bat for Providence Hall is Mariah Garcia. And again, the spelling and the pronunciation, I think it's Mariah or it could be Maria, but it's an IAH, so I'm assuming it's Mariah Garcia. So on the count on Mariah Garcia will be 2 balls and 1 strike as we try to catch up here. And Garcia is the third baseman for North Sanpete. And another ball called there. 3-1 is the count to the leadoff batter, Garcia. On deck is Haley Lenz, and then Alyssa Marsek is in the hole. And if we get there, the number 4 batter is Madeline Johnson. So a 5-pitch walk issued to Garcia to start the ball game, and she'll go to first base as the leadoff batter. And Haley Lenz comes to bat. Lenz, the first baseman for squares the bunt, the ball, if she doesn't get the bunt, they're going to say foul ball. It dropped out of the catcher's hand. It looked like it was going to be a play, but they called a foul tip on that. So that would be strike 1 against the batter. Pitch, and this one's up high a little bit again as the Morgan pitcher having a little bit of trouble here finding the plate. And that'll be a 1-1 count now. Turn to bunt again. This time it's dropped right in front of the plate. That's a nice bunt. The play is to third base. They're going to call her out at second base. And so a nice play to get the runner at first. So Lenz will get the sacrifice. And for the first out, but it does move Garcia over to second base and brings up to bat Marsek, Alyssa Marsek, with Madeline Johnson on deck. And Marsek, the catcher, listed for Providence Hall. First pitch is going to be on the inside edge, ball 1. Pitch is going to be outside, ball 2. Next pitch is going to be outside once again, ball 3-0 the count. A bit of a struggle here for the pitcher for Morgan. This pitch is going to be inside, so it's ball 4. That'll walk another batter. And Callie Averett struggling just a little bit so far. So, get caught back up here. Madeline Johnson now at the plate. 1 down and 2 runners on here in this top of the first inning. I believe you've got a runner at first base for the catcher, Marsek, and we'll try and get that number to you. But there'll be a runner in to run for Marsek, the catcher. Speed up rules for pitcher and catcher. If they reach base, they can't have a runner come in for them. So Madeline Johnson at the plate, 1 down. Nena Garcia, it will be on deck, the pitcher, Nena Garcia. So the pitch comes in from Averett, outside, ball 1 again. Ball 1. Hit down the line sharply to third, but it's going to be foul. And that will be a 1-1 count now. Pitch is going to be a foul ball, and the dirt pops up the catcher's hand. Runner from second to third will have to go back to second, as that is ruled a foul ball. Pitch a little high, ball. 2-1 the count. Two and two the count, one down here in the inning. Swing and a miss on the outside corner. Nice pitch there, grabbing that outside corner. Swing and a miss by Johnson, and that'll be the second out of the inning. Still leaves runners at first and second, and Nena Garcia comes to bat with Kendricks Isaacson on deck. Ball's going to be hit in the air down the left field line, and no indication from the umpire. The runner comes around and scores, but I believe that's a foul ball and was not caught, so they'll send them all back. So back to the plate she goes. Ooh, pulls the string there, but it's just off that outside corner, does the pitcher Averett. That was a nice pitch, but just outside. And trying to get caught up on my bookwork here. It's 2-1 as the count, 2 out. We've got Garcia at the plate with the 2-1 count. Popped it straight back. That'll be strike two, 2-2. Isaacson is on deck. No one has scored yet. There are 2 outs in the inning. You do have Garcia at second and Marsick, the runner for Marsick, at first. Pulls a string, but able to get a stick on it, and that'll be a pop out to the shortstop. So runners on, but no damage done, as Nena Garcia will fly out to shortstop for the 3rd out. And that's the end of the top half of 1. You've got no hits, no runs on no hits, couple left on base. We'll be back with the bottom of the 1st right after this.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West. Specializing in structural steel fabrication and assembly, Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hales Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main Street. Call today at 800-261-1026. That's 800-261-1026, or go to sanpetesteel.com.
Welcome back here, excuse me, to the bottom of the 1st inning. And as we mentioned, no runs on no hits, and 2 left on base in the top half of the 1st for Providence Hall. Providence Hall will now take the field. Okay, now we're caught up. Coming to plate for Morgan will be Lexi Hardman, number 12, the shortstop, followed by Kaya Peterson, number 20, the second baseman. And then you've got number 8, Cassidy Wardell, and she is the third baseman. She'll be in the hole.
Number 12, Lexi Hardman.
Hardman lines up with the left hand. See if she runs the slap technique. She squares the bunt. Then takes the steps towards the slap, but does not go for it. So that's a ball 1. And defensively for Providence Hall, you've got Nena Garcia in the pitcher's circle. Second pitch. Slapped over the shortstop's head, who is drawn in. That's an effective slap. And it'll be Hardman for the first hit of the ball game on the second pitch of the ball game. And Hardman and Lexi Hardman on first base. Kaya Peterson comes to the plate. with Cassidy Wardell on deck. Going on with Providence Hall, the catcher Alyssa Marsek, first base Haley Lenz, second base Tacey Metz. Pitch coming, squares the bunt, fakes that throw down on a steal, and the throw was offline, so the steal is successful and gets to second on a stolen base. Runner in scoring position now. I did not see what the call was, or whether ball or strike. And it was a strike. She offered with the bunt. She offered, so it's a strike. Did not bunt it, but the effect is the same as she gets Hardman to second base. So Kaya Peterson now with a 1-1 count, and Wardell again on deck. Pitch is high and outside, ball 2. Going on defensively for Providence Hall, Marie Garcia at third, Madeline Johnson at shortstop, Ireland Anderson in left field. And back to Garcia bringing the pitch. Change up, hit hard into the 5-6 hole. Oh, fielded nicely by shortstop. That saves a run, but unable to make the play as she ranged deep into the hole to make that play. That's Madeline Johnson with a run-saving play. However, Hardman does move to third, and Wardell will get the infield hit there and move to first base. So runners at the corners, one down here. Nobody out. Yeah, check that. So no play on Hardman.
Up to bat, number 8, Cassidy Wardell.
Peterson's able to go to second base on the pitch. No effort from the catcher. They want to keep that runner at third base. Pitch is high inside. Ball 2 to Wardell. Third pitch coming. It's going to be inside. Called strike on the inside corner. Ball is hit again. That 5-6 hole. One run is in. They'll hold the other runner up. The throw comes to the cutoff. So they'll go corner to corner again. So Hardman is in to score. First run of the game for Morgan. Kaya Peterson moves to third, and Cassidy Wardell with a single and an RBI. So nobody out here, 1-0 already in favor of Morgan. And coming to the plate is Josie Kelly, the cleanup batter. She turns the bunt. She pulls it back. Nothing. Runner does not go. No one was covering, but she does not go. Kelly steps in. She does have 3 home runs, 9 triples and 4 doubles. Turns the bunt again, fakes it. Nobody covers at second. The runner easily goes to second base. So again, we have runners at second and third now in Peterson and Wardell, with Josie Kelly at the plate, the cleanup hitter that has great power. And she has a .554 batting average. Wow. .554. Rips it right up the middle. There's nobody there. That'll get one run across. I think they'll send the other one. No, they're going to hold her up. She got kind of a slow start because she had to make sure that ball was through the infield. But Kelly is able to get a single and drive Peterson in, moves Wardell to third, and the 4th single of the inning so far. 4 straight singles, and it brings Ava Berkland to the batter's box now. Ava Berkland, wearing number 1, is the catcher. She turns the bunt. She offers at it, but it's foul out of bounds. And Berkland, she has a .403 batting average with 12 doubles and 3 home runs. So Berkland also very powerful in that number 5 hole. On deck is Kearney Carter. She'll bunt it this time, a nice bunt, and they're not going to get, they try to make the pickoff play at third, and they missed the tag. Nice slide back. Looks like they had the runner Wardell off the bag far enough to make a play. It was kind of a sneaky play. Usually it's automatic, you go to first, but they faked that, went back to third, and just getting back in time was the runner Wardell. And so now the bases are full. And the Carter on at the plate. Pitch is high and outside. We'll have to ask the official scorer whether she counted that as an infield hit or a fielder's choice. So it's given as a fielder's choice that she reaches. Fouled back. Ball is fouled back. 1-1 the count. To Carter. On deck is Callie Averett. Carter with a .387 batting average, and she does have a home run on the year. That's low ball. 2-1, I believe, is the count. Second pitch. Ooh, swing and a miss. Bit of a change of pace there by the pitcher, Nena Garcia, causing Carter to swing right through that pitch. 2-2 the count now, nobody out. Swing and a miss right through it. Nice, again, a nice pitch by Nena Carter. Went under duress there, and she records the strikeout for the first out of the inning. Callie Averett now comes to the plate. On deck is Kaysen Irvin, and Picard will be in the hole here. One down, bases loaded. One run across so far. Nena Garcia trying to pitch out of this situation. Averett with a .333 batting average. Pop up, it looks like it's going to get over the screen. So that'll be a strike. No damage done. Again, Morgan got one run across and then loaded the bases. So with nobody out, and now they're trying to pitch out of that. They did get the strikeout on Carter, now working on Averett. The infield is drawn way in. Popped up, back up across the screen, out of play. So it's two strikes on Averett, as Garcia, now that the bases are loaded, seems to have dialed up a new attitude towards the pitching, and she's holding them off. Infield in. Going to be high outside ball. 2-2 the count now to Averett. 2-2, bases loaded, one down. And strikes her out on the inside, a change of pace on the inside corner. So second strikeout in a row. Now Kaysen Irvin comes to bat with Gwen Ricard on deck. So the 8 and 9 hitters now again with bases loaded, two down now. She bunts it, a pop up to the catcher. That's the third out. With two down, she tries the bunt, pops it up to the catcher, and that'll be it. So squandered a great opportunity, did Morgan there. They loaded the bases with nobody out and then get nothing out of it. They do have a couple runs in the inning. They got that early on, the first two batters, but squandered an opportunity there. So at the end of one, it's 2-0. We'll be right back.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Welcome back once again. The Spanish Fork Complex. Happy to be bringing the ball games as Centricom, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports teaming up to bring you these ball games today. And we are still in the championship flight here. The game between Morgan and Providence Hall, the number 2 and the number 7 team. We are in the top of the second inning now, and Providence Hall is back to bat, trailing 2-0. And their batter right now is Kendricks Isaacson, the number 6 batter. And she is ahead 2-0, I believe, on the count. Isaacson with a 4.08 batting average. Ooh, ball inside. I believe that's ball 3. Let's change that to 2-1, should we? So it's 2-1. A ball on the inside. That pitch is going to be a little bit low and in the dirt. Ball 3. Now we've got ball 3. We were right. We were just one pitch ahead of it. So Callie Averett in the circle and Ava Birkland behind the plate. Catcher, 1-2 the battery. Oh, that looked pretty good right there on that outside corner, and it is a called strike. So we go full count now to Isaacson. Bailey Julian will be on deck, and Tacey Metz in the hole here for Providence Hall. She tries to float that change of pace, but it's just off the outside edge of the plate. So Isaacson's draws a walk, base on balls, and it will bring the number 7 batter, Bailey Julian, to the plate, the right fielder. Defensively for Morgan as we get time, and we mentioned Averett and Birkland as the battery. That pitch is going to be a called strike on the inside half of the plate. First base is Stacy George, second Kaya Peterson, third base Cassidy Wardell, shortstop Lexi Hardman, left field Kearney Carter. The pitch is going to be outside ball, throw down to first base, not quite in time, and the runner Isaacson able to get back. Center field for Morgan, Josie Kelly and Gwen Ricard in right field. So again, Bailey Julian. Ball is going to be inside, 2-1 the count. On deck, Tacey Metz and Ireland Anderson in the hole for Providence Hall. Strike, foul ball. 2-2 the count. Squares the bunt pre-pitch. Holds it out there, pulls it back. Runner goes, the throw is in time, and they make the tag. So they fake a bunt, and the runner takes off, but they throw her out. Nice play there by Birkland on the throw down to Hardman covering, and they throw the batter out. So that's 2-6. That's the first out. And the count has gone full to the batter. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So a good beginning for Providence Hall. Disappears in 2 pitches with a throw out at second base and the strikeout to the batter. Tacey Metz comes to the plate now. She is the number 8 hitter. She's also the second baseman. Tacey Metz. And she has a 400 batting average, does have a couple of home runs on the year, and 5 doubles it looks like. So potent batter here in the number 8 hole. 1 strike to her. That pitch is going to come a little high, ball. 1-1 the count. Ball is driven down the right side. Can't see what's going on. It's out of play. We know that much. Left fielder did not catch it. She was going that way, but unable to catch it. So that'll be a long strike down the left field line. And Metz will come back to the batter's box with a 1-2 count now. Throws the changeup. Metz gets around on it, drives it just over the infield. Just catches the edge of the grass for a single. Little bloop single, but gets herself on base. And another runner here in the inning. And it'll bring up Ireland Anderson, the number 9 hitter, and also playing left field today.
Number 2, Ireland Anderson.
Still 2-0 the score in favor of Morgan. Inside called strike on the corner inside. Metz at first for Providence Hall running. And they go the outside. On the outside corner, strike 2. So it's 0-2 is the count now to Anderson. And on the outside part again, dribbles back to the pitcher. And Averett is able to throw it to George at first base for the out. So scoring it would be 1-3 for the third out. So at the end of 1.5, the score remains 2-0 for Morgan, and they will be coming to bat in the bottom of the second. We'll be right back.
Riverton Chevy is more than just a dealership. For over 103 years, our family has proudly served this community because Utah is our home. Through our Everyday Champions program, we celebrate those who make our community stronger. Military, teachers, and first responders, our local champions never pay for oil changes with the purchase of a new vehicle. Thank you for making Riverton Chevy your dealership for over a century. Visit us today in South Jordan or online at rivertonchevy.com. Still the Chevyweight champion.
Welcome back here to the Spanish Fork Complex on the Centricom Team Hive and KSL Sports Network for the day in the tournament. And we are now into the bottom of the second inning between Providence Hall and Morgan. Morgan holding a 2-0 lead, coming to bat in the bottom of the second. And they will come up with the number 9 hitter, Gwen Ricard, the right fielder. She will start the batting. Then we'll go back to the top of the order to Lexi Hardman. Defensively for Providence Hall, Nana Garcia in the circle. Alyssa Marsek catching. Haley Lenz at third base. Tacey Metz at second. Maria Garcia at third. Swing and a miss on the first strike. Madeline Johnson at shortstop. Ireland Anderson in left field. Kendricks Isaacson in right center, and Bailey Julian in right for the Providence Hall. Okay, it'll be a 1-1 count now. To Ricard. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Ricard. Strike 3. Nice pitch on the outside half. Second strikeout recorded by the pitcher Garcia. Excuse me, third strikeout already. Goes back to the top of the order now, Lexi Hardman. She got a hit the first time up, stole second base, and then scored later in the inning. Again, she runs up with the slap. The infield is on the left side is really short, anticipating this slap. Fakes the bunt, pulls it back, then slaps it. It's a pet pop-up. First baseman's going to come and take it, and Haley Lentz makes the play. And that'll be a pop-up or a fly out to number 3 for the first out of the inning. Excuse me, second out of the inning. And it'll bring Kaya Peterson to the batter's box. Kaya Peterson also had a hit in the first inning. As in the first inning, the first 4 batters or 5 batters all got hits. He's going to pop this up down the right field line, going back to the first baseman Lenz, and she'll make the play. So another fly to the first baseman. And after an exciting first inning, this time Morgan goes up, three down on very few pitches. And so at the end of 2 complete, it's Morgan 2 and Providence Hall 0.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
In the fast-paced world we live in, every second counts. Whether it's staying productive in your home office or enjoying entertainment with no buffering. With CentraWave from Centricom, experience ultra-fast, next-generation, reliable internet that keeps your whole family connected. CentraWave by Centricom. Fast, reliable, everywhere. Get connected today. Visit www.centricom.com/CentraWave or call 1-800-427-8449.
Welcome back as we start there at the top of the third, and Mariah Garcia nubs one into the short left field, and the shortstop for Morgan goes back, Lexi Hardman, and makes a great play. It actually makes a play on it. It pops out of her glove, and she's able to corral it back for the first out. So nice play there by the shortstop, Hardman. This first pitch now to Lenz, and she rips one into right field. And so she'll get the base hit there, does Haley Lenz.
Number 5, Alyssa Marchek.
And I'm trying to look and see that. Is that actually no, that's the second hit of the ball game. So second hit. So to the plate now comes Alyssa Marcek, the number 3 batter. She takes it on the inside, tries to go for it, but holds off. And Marcek, 550 batting average and 7 home runs. Pitch is going to be on the outside corner, called strike 1. Next pitch. Hits it off the carpet almost. And it's bobbled by the right fielder, but the runner does not advance. So that's a nice base hit there by Marcek. And it moves Lenz to second base. And so you got 2 runners on with 1 out. Now we're to the cleanup hitter, Madeline Johnson. And Madeline Johnson also with good power, 414 batting average. And Morgan's going to call a bit of a timeout here to talk about this. But Johnson with a 414 batting average, 8 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run in that cleanup spot. So some real quick update. There's one game where and that's the Union Richfield game. Union's the number 3 seed, and Richfield is the number 8 seed, I believe. But Richfield has a 4-0 lead early in that ball game. In the 2A, those games are not much going on offensively yet in the 2A games. But playing in the 2A games, you got Beaver versus Altamont and Duchesne versus Grand County in those ball games. Pitch is going to be a little bit high and inside here. The batter Johnson. On deck is Nena Garcia, the pitcher for Providence Hall. Runners at first and second. Another pitch inside. Ball 2 for Johnson. That pitch is going to be outside. Ball 3. So in jeopardy here of loading the bases here for Providence Hall. And Averett struggling a little bit at the mound right now. That's a nice pitch there. Flutters as it comes across. So that's a strike. 3-1 the count now. One down in the inning, we remind you, one down in the inning. Runners at first and second. And at the plate again, Johnson, the cleanup hitter. Rips one down third, but it's going to be foul, so it'll be work at the full. Full count now. So full count to the batter. Looking to make something happen here is Johnson, Madeline Johnson. She rips it. It's going to go foul out of play to the right side. So we'll do it again. Full count. Beautiful day here in Spanish Fork, Utah. Just a gentle breeze blowing right now. Oh, and she throws a beautiful changeup to the batter. And the batter held off, tried to, and a weak swing through the play. But what a beautiful pitch there by Callie Averett right there to get the strikeout against Johnson. That'll be the second out of the inning. That brings up Nana Garcia. And she flew out to shortstop, her only at-bat so far in the game. That pitch is going to be inside ball. She's working hard on that inside. She's thrown a lot in there. She's not getting many calls up in there yet. Just missing on the inside part, maybe a little high. That's in the dirt. Nice block by the catcher. Good job by Birkeland there to keep that from going through. It'll be 2 balls to the batter. But I think she went 3-0 to Madeline Johnson, then worked back into the strikeout. Inside once again, Birkeland doing a great job behind the plate as she has to slide way over to keep that from getting through. But we're back to a 3-0 count again with Garcia here, a 3-0 count. And there is a base open. It's not something you want to do, and that one's way outside, so that'll be ball 4. So she does load them up on the base on balls. And that will move Lenz to third base, Marsek to second base, and Garcia to first now. And coming to the bat, Kendricks Isaacson, the center fielder, wearing number 9. And she's got a 408 average and 1 home run on the year. Okay, now the coach is calling a timeout. Oh, they're going to put a runner in at first base for Garcia. Number 8 comes in for Providence Hall. Number 8 is, I'll pull that roster up. Number 8 is London Schaefer, I believe is what it says here. London Schaefer. He'll be the runner. So we hope that's right. Just a freshman, it reads here. Schaefer will go in for speed. Is the speed up rule for the pitcher. So first pitch is hit into center field. Back on it, and it's dropped by the center fielder, so 1 run is in. 2 runs are in, the third one around third coming to home, and it'll empty the bases as Kendricks Isaacson hits it into center field. The center fielder going back. Josie Kelly just off the top of her glove, and then she kind of stumbled as she was diving for it, and the left fielder, Carter, had to come all the way over and pick up the ball, so she empties the bases there. 3 RBIs to Isaacson. First pitch will be fouled off. So grabbing a lead now at Providence Hall. They go up 3-2 here. And we're not done with their half here of the 3rd inning. So 3-2 the score now. Providence Hall in the lead. And at the plate is Bailey Julian. Struck out last time she was up. Ball's in the dirt, blocked by Birkeland. Ball 1, strike 1, 1-1 the count. They're going to get that call on the outside corner, so it's 1-2 now. 1-2. Change up once again, but able to hold off just long enough. Julian gets a bat on it and fouls it off. That's a devastating changeup, though. It almost looks like a slow pitch with 3 to 6 foot of arch as it comes in there. Pitch comes hard but up high. Ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Julian. Ball's hit to shortstop, and she'll make the play. So they'll fly out to shortstop, but the damage has been done. 3 runs scored in the inning. And so we'll be back with the bottom of the third here with Morgan coming to bat.
Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they provide value beyond the project, creating places where people live, work, and thrive. For over 40 years, they've proudly served our communities, enhancing lives through their work. Join their team and become a dedicated community improvement leader. Whether you're an engineer or just love infrastructure, they invite you to seek a career with them. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Your car carries you and those you love through the days and years. It deserves the best care you can give it. At Burt Brothers, we can help with that. We've been doing it better than anyone else since 1991, and we'll keep doing it to get you through all the important moments on life's roads. Because cars are more than how we get from here to there, they're how we get from there to here. Find your nearest store and discover special offers at burtbrothers.com.
Welcome back here to Spanish Fork. And again, in the top half, Providence Hall was able to get 3 runs on 2 hits with 1 error and 1 left on base. And so they jump into the lead now 3-2 as we go to the bottom half of the third here with Morgan coming to bat. Morgan will come up with the number 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Cassidy Wardell, the third baseman, Josie Kelly, the center fielder, and Eva Berkland, the catcher. And Wardell last time up got a hit and an RBI. She ended up at third base when the inning was over, but was unable to score. But she will lead off in this inning. Josie Kelly on deck and Eva Berkland in the hole, as we mentioned. Some changes taking place out there, some substitution. Looks like they're running a player out for the center fielder, and they don't call those up to us, so we'll try and have to ferret out and figure out who that is in center field. Okay, we got a batter up now. Pitch is going to be high from Garcia to the batter, Wardell. Pitch looks like it's down the middle, called strikes for strike 1, 1-1 to Wardell. As we said, Kelly on deck. Swing and a miss. One and 2 the count. Pop up down into right field. Right fielder's coming in and makes the play nicely there for Providence Hall. Bailey Julian. And the center fielder now for Providence Hall is number 9 for Providence Hall. But that's who we already had out there, was Isaacson. So I don't know what that change was. Pitch is outside, ball 1. And Josie Kelly is at the plate now with Ava Berkland on deck. Pitch is inside, strike 2. Strike 1, 1-1. Still trying to figure out what the change was made out there in center field, or if there was one. Ball's going to be hit sharply into right field. The right fielder going back now comes back in, and Basket catches it. Looked like she had been fooled. She rounded on the ball but was able to make the play. Nicely done there to finish that up. Bailey Julian, again, looked like she had been fooled badly, but she made the play. And that's what counts. Second out of the ball game. Ava Birkland will come to the plate now. She had a single in the first inning, was unable to score. And ball's fouled back to the screen off Birkland. Strike one. Garcia set to bring the ball. Going to be low in the dirt. Rattles around between the catcher's leg and the umpire's legs. They could hit 3 of the 4 and called ball. 1-1, 2 down. Ball popped up down the first base side. Going to be out of bounds. Across the fence and into foul territory. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ripped into left field over the head of into the fence on the fly. It bounces off the fence. Birkland will round first easily into second on the stand-up double as that bounced off the fence on the fly. Just a foot from a home run there on a rip. And that's a double for Birkland. Don't know if they'll put a runner in for Birkland or not. She could. She's a catcher. And batting now will be Kearney Carter, and they will run for Birkland. Number 6 will run for Birkland. And number 6, if I can find that, is Carter.
Up to bat will be number 18, Addie Cragen.
So still waiting. They're getting the changes corrected and everything. So they've got the runner set. Taking their time. At the plate to bat, 18. So that's a substitute at bat, right? Number 18 is Addie Cragen. So if we've got that right, Kearney Carter, the batting for Kearney. So again, just trying to get, they don't call these up. We're trying to work this out. But this would be Cragen. Addie Cragen. She drives it into right center field. That'll get 1 run across. The runner for Birkland will come in to score. And she will score easily. There's an overthrow, but unable to advance is Cragen. So Cragen comes off the bench and does her job. Yeah, she gets a single and an RBI to tie the score 3-3 here. And that'll bring Callie Averett now to the batter's box.
The pitcher, number 23, Callie Everett.
Pitch is on the way, swing and a miss. Working that outside corner is the pitcher Garcia. A swing and a miss. Ball's going to be popped back up over the screen, just about hit us. But Ava was ready to catch it, though. She was all over that. Ava's working the cameras and things for us today, doing a good job. Jordan's replacement. Swing and a miss, strike 3, so she strikes out Callie Averett for the 3rd out of the inning. So after 3 complete, it's 3-3 in the 3rd, after the 3rd. So we'll take a break and be back with the top of the 4th in just a second.
Expecting a bundle of joy? Beaver Valley Hospital's new maternity wing is your local haven for life's special deliveries. Combining cozy comfort with top-tier technology, they bring big city medical excellence to the heart of Beaver with that small-town touch Beaver Valley Hospital is known for. Their full-service community hospital is your health partner from inpatient care, emergency, surgical, maternity, physical therapy, home health, and hospice. Beaver Valley Hospital is proud to support Beaver High School.
Welcome back here as Morgan was able to get 1 run on 2 hits. No errors and 1 left on base, I believe. So that ties the score. We're now in the top of the 4th inning. Providence Hall coming to bat in the top of the 4th. And they'll come to the bat with Tacey Metz, who singled in the 2nd inning, and Ireland Anderson, who grounded out to the pitcher. And at the top, in the hole will be Mariah Garcia as we go back to the top of the inning. So Metz at the plate. Pitching for Morgan still is Callie Averett. Ball's going to be fouled off to the 3rd base side, out of play. Strike 1 to Metz. Just step back in. Averett looking to make the pitch here. Way outside, ball 1, 1-1 the count. And Metz again with a .400 batting average, 5 doubles and a couple of home runs on the year. Rips to second baseman playing in the hole, is able to make that play easily, and that's Peterson and George. Peterson to George, 4-3 put out. And when I say she's playing in the hole, the second baseman, Kaya Peterson, was almost right behind the first baseman, Stacy George, so didn't have to move much for that. Looked like it was going to be in the 3-4 hole into right field, but she had it played perfectly. Bunt attempts by Anderson. She goes for it and fouls it straight down, so it'd be 1 strike on the batter. As the corners broke up hard, now they're in a little bit tighter this time to see if she tries it again. And she stays back. Ooh, and it looks like it almost hit her. Ooh, she's able to turn away from it. I think she's looking at the official thinking maybe he was going to give her the call. 1-1 the count with 1 down. Pitch going to be outside. She tries to drag it back in and frame it, but that was way too far to drag it back in. On deck is Mariah Garcia, and then Haley Lenz in the hole. She turns and bunts this time, lays it down the 3rd baseline, but in to make the play. Nicely done as far as the pickup was Cassidy Wardell, but on the throw to first base covered by Kaya Peterson, and it bounced out of her glove, and so it's going to be safe on an error, I believe. So safe on the error is Ireland. So I think, is the coach arguing some interference or something? She's out talking to the coaches. It was nicely done by Wardell on the charging the bunt and making the throw, but there was something happen at first base where it hit the second baseman's hand who was covering and bounced up and then eventually out of her glove. Are they saying she was in the running lane, outside the running lane, inside the lines? I'm not sure what they're arguing there, but the coach is having a conversation with the official. They don't usually win those discussions, and she didn't win this one either. And it will remain with Ireland at first, Ireland Anderson at first base. One out in the inning, and Garcia coming to the plate. This would be Mariah Garcia. Will be on that inside corner, strike one to Garcia. Garcia thus in the ball game got a base on balls in the first inning and then flew out to shortstop in the third inning. Now up here in the fourth. Change up once again, pop up into left field. Left fielder comes in. It bounces off of her, goes down. Shortstop picks it up, however, covering. And Hardman, on the error by Kearney Carter. But Wardell picks it up. Hardman picks it up and throws her out at second base. So heads up play by Hardman, the shortstop, to go ahead and record the out even after the ball was dropped, and we've got the player that was sliding to second base is being helped off. So Anderson is out at second base. Garcia reaches on an error. So that's the second out. Ball gets loose from the catcher and allows the runner to go to second base easily. That's Garcia goes to second base on the passed ball. So Lenz is at the plate with Marsek on deck. She fouls it off left side. Strike. 1-1 the count. On deck, Marsek, as we mentioned, and in the hole, Nina Garcia. Outside again, ball. Way outside, ball. 3-1. Three the score here in the top of the fourth. Ball four to the batter. The runner takes off to third. They were kind of asleep. It was not a force, but she takes off to third. And so smart running there by the runner as they're playing cat and mouse between first and third. Just need to go back to the pitcher and make him declare. But that was smart running there by the runner to move herself to third base, because the walk was issued to Lenz, and then they kind of went to sleep and allowed Garcia to run to third base. At the corners now, first and third, two down, and Marsek at the plate. Pitch is going to be low and inside, ball.
Number 5, Lisa Marchak.
And Marsek, 7 home runs on the year. Look out, .550 batting average. Outside corner, strike one. So Averett set to bring it. Ooh, looks like got that outside corner again, strike two. There it is. He waits back on that changeup and rips it. So coming in to score is Garcia on that double by Marsick as she ripped that, threw the changeup, and she waited back on it, kind of a check swing, waited back, and then ripped it into left center field for that double does Marsick. And gets the RBIs and pushes Haley Lentz to third base. I thought maybe they're going to send her home too, but they held her back. Now at the plate, they've got Madeline Johnson at the plate. She struck out both times she's been up thus far in the ball game. Fouls that one straight back, but strike one. And Nana Garcia is on deck. Outside ball. That run gave the lead back to Providence Hall, 4-3 now. It's going to be a hit down the third base line. It's going to go foul, however. It'll be a foul ball. Nice play by the third baseman. Did a great job there, did Cassidy Wardell, to scoop that up and throw it at the first base, but it was foul. So nothing but a strike there. One and two the count. Ball's up high, ball 2-2 the count now. Nana Garcia waiting in the wings to try and get her chance to bat. Seemed to take a lot of time in between. We don't have a pitch clock on this, obviously. They take a lot of time in between pitches. Outside, ball 3, full count now to Johnson. Inside ball. Actually, he says it hit her. Caught her on the elbow a little bit, so she'll get the base on balls. I guess he'll give that up as a hit by pitch. So now the base is chock full. Nana Garcia at the plate. Garcia has flown out to shortstop, and she got a walk. So Garcia steps in now. Again, she'd been on once on a walk. The only ball she hit was in the first inning. It was a fluid, looped it out to the shortstop. Pitch is going to be high, ball 1. (4-3) the score in the 4th inning, top of the 4th. Ball's outside. Oh, called strike. 1-1 the count. Outside. This time it was low. They'll give him the low, so it'll be a ball. 2-1. Two and one the count. 2 down. Bases loaded. Ball's outside. 3-1. No place to put her. No place to put her now. Callie Averett now in a bad spot here. And Nana Garcia in the hitter's position here. 3-1 count. She rips a blooper into center field. Center fielder comes in. Josie Kelly makes the play. So Averett able to pitch out of that bases loaded situation, but they do get 1 run. Does Providence Halls, puts them back in the lead, 4-3 now. We'll be back with the bottom of the 4th right after these messages.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people. And many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
And welcome back to Spanish Fork Complex. These broadcasts brought to you once again by Centricom and TeamHive.live, as well as KSL Sports, the three together making the broadcast possible. We go to the bottom of the fourth now. 4-3 the score with Providence Hall in the lead. And coming to the plate for Morgan will be Kaysen Irvin. And then followed by Gwen Ricard. And Irvin
Up to bat is number 27, Kaysen Irvin.
She's popped up the first time up. Irvin did. She reaches down and slaps one foul. Get another one fouled off the right side. And Duchesne Grand County is 4-1 now, I believe, in favor of Duchesne in the two-way ranks. It's 4-3 here. And they're going to call the low strikeout right there. As Irvin goes down on a strikeout. That's 5 strikeouts by Garcia now. So 5 strikeouts recorded by by Garcia. And it's 2 in a row as she struck out Averett to end the last inning, and then Kaysen Irvin here to start this inning. Now we've got to the plate number 26. Number 26, Lexi Clark, comes to the plate. Batting in the place of Ricard. Strike one on the batter, Clark. We don't know if these are defensive changes too. We'll have to see if they don't re-enter. Pitch is going to be inside ball. Ball 1-1-1 the count. And that's going to be a ball 2-1 the count now. Swing and a miss. Pitch high up in the zone. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2-2 the count to Clark. She'll be followed now in the lineup by Lexi Hardman, the leadoff hitter. Pops it straight up, and it's going to... Catcher makes the play right up against the screen. Great job and concentration by the catcher there, Alyssa Marsek. And that'll be the second out. So that'll go back to the top of the order now, and it'll be Lexi Hardman. And she has got a single and scored and flew out to the first baseman. She tries to slap real quick and tries the drag slap. Misses it. It'll be strike one. She stands back in against Garcia. Slaps it over the second baseman's head. This is going to be extra bases as she rounds first. Gets to second. Speed that she had going, I thought maybe she'd keep going, but that's a great slap hit. And that's into the gap in right center field. So Lexi Hardman with a nice piece of hitting there to get herself to second base. And again, with the speed that she had going, I thought maybe they'd give her to third. But she is with that speed in scoring position, however, from wherever she's at. So Kaya Peterson now, the second baseman, will come up to bat. She's been up twice. She got a single, stole a base, and scored a run in the first. She flew out to the first baseman the second time up, and that time she fouls it off to the right side, but it's into the screen and just a foul ball. So Peterson up. Wardell is on deck. Ripped. Third shortstop knocks it down, comes across the end. And dropped by the first baseman. But what a play by shortstop, a recovery. Bobbled that ball and still made the throw. And just first baseman not able to handle that. So Kaya Peterson is on at first base on an error. And going to third base on the play is Lexi Hardman. At the plate, Cassidy Wardell. Hits it to shortstop. Shortstop up with it, across the diamond, easily done there. And Madeline Johnson showing off her great arm there. Throws it to Haiti Lentz, and that's it. Wardell will go down 6-3 for the third out. And so they get a runner on, but unable to capitalize on it. So at the end of 4 complete now, it's 4-3 in favor of Providence Hall. We'll be back.
Marijuana has a lot of names and even more opinions about it. It's a gray area. And even though we don't know everything about it, we do know that the adolescent brain is still under construction until early adulthood. A developing brain's gray matter, the stuff that lets kids think, analyze, and create, can be impacted by misusing cannabis at a young age. So talk to your kids. Let them know that gray matters.
To learn more, visit graymatters.utah.gov.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit IPAUtah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Because I'm here. Sounds good. Welcome back here to Spanish Fork. I got 3 conversations going on at once, and I'm not smart enough to carry on one. So here we go. We're on now at the top of the 5th inning now. Ava tells us we got to be 5th inning, so we'll listen to her. She is the tech here, right? You're in charge, right? So first pitch is delivered. Up to bat is Isaacson. That is Isaacson, right? Because there was kind of a substitute we weren't quite sure of. She hits it sharply to one hopper to shortstop. Up with that and across. Hardman to George. 6-3 out. First out of the inning now, and that'll bring up Bailey Julian. Julian has thus far struck out and then flew out to the shortstop. So Julian now coming to the plate. Again, Providence Hall is ahead 4-3 here in this 5th inning now. They are the lower seed, but they are ahead right now. They trailed 2-0, then they got ahead 3-2, and then that was tied back up 3-3, and now it's 4-3 in favor of Providence Hall. I believe there's a pitching change out there. That's Birkeland pitching, isn't it? So we'll get that switch. That is Birkeland throwing now for Morgan. Sorry we didn't get that to you quicker. We'll try and pick up the other substitutions or changes as they are. And catching right now, you can't see for sure what the number on the little catcher is. It looks like maybe it's a 6, but I'm not sure. That would be Camry Carter, but it's covered up by some of the protective gear. Can't tell for sure. We'll try and get that to you. Nice pitch, a lot of speed out of Birkeland, throwing much harder maybe than the previous pitcher, who did a nice job. Callie Averett did a nice job, but this is Birkeland now. Oh, a nice change up there as she pulls the string and gets the strikeout on the batter, Julian. It's for the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the ball game for her. And batting is number 23, Metz. Foul ball off the umpire's head. That'll knock some sense into him. Ava says that's okay with her. Am I getting you in trouble yet? Nah, she's okay. All right, so it's a strike on the batter, Metz. Anderson is on deck. Metz has reached on a single and grounded out to second base. Oh, check swing, but gets clear through it, so a strike on her. 0-2 the count now, as Birkeland has come in throwing smoke here, folks. And a little bit of a change up on that outside corner, a bit of a curve, and it's a strike three, a looking strike three. So nice job by Birkeland as she sets them down 1-2-3 with 2 strikes in the inning. So good job by Birkeland. And we'll take a break now. It says Morgan will be coming to the bat. Down.
Jorgensen's Power Sports is your one-stop shop for all of your outdoor adventure needs. We carry a wide variety of ATVs, UTVs, RVs, firearms, outdoor accessories, and much more. Complete with both a service and warranty department. Check us out online at www.jhsport.com or give us a call at 435-896-6408.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West. Specializing in structural steel fabrication and assembly, Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hales Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time at 685 East Main Street. Call today at 800-261-1026. That's 800-261-1026 or go to sanpetesteel.com.
Welcome back here as we go now to the bottom of the 5th inning, and Morgan is behind 4-3. Needs to get something going. Scheduled up for them here in the 5th inning will be Josie Kelly, Ava Birkeland, and Kearney Carter, unless it's Addie Cragen. I'm not sure if they re-entered Carter or not, so we'll see when that comes up because they can re-enter. So right now, Josie Kelly. Make sure that's right. It is Josie Kelly, number 10. Still pitching is Nena Garcia. Ball's hit down the third baseline, right down the line, outside the glove of the third baseman and around first base. Nice hit there by Josie Kelly to start things going here in the bottom of the 5th for the Morgan Trojans. And that'll bring Ava Birkeland to the batter's box. Ava Birkeland was the catcher, now pitching. And see if she can make a difference with her bat. She got a single in the first inning and did not score, and she flew out to the right fielder in the second at bat. Ooh, foul ball up in the zone, right down the middle. She fouls it back. Is she the daughter of that Congress woman for Utah? This Birkeland girl? I think she's from Morgan, isn't she? High fly ball into left center field, ranging over to get it. The center fielder did a nice job by center field as she ranges a long ways. I believe still that's Isaacson in right center field, ranges over to make that play. So Carter's back in. Okay. Bunt down the third baseline. That's going to go foul. Kearney Carter has re-entered, and you can do that in softball. So Addie Cragen batted for her. Now Kearney Carter back in. The bunt goes foul, so it's strike one on Carter. Bunts it again down the third baseline. This time she comes up with it, throw across the first. They're going to call it out there, then it's back to third. And Josie Kelly's able to go all the way around from first to third on that bunt. they do get the out on Carter at first as the first base. Third base to first. There's a discussion going on with the coaches. I'm not sure what that was. So there's 2 outs in the inning, but you do have the tying run in the person of Josie Kelly standing at third base. And at the plate is Callie Averett, I believe. Swing and a miss. No, that is not Callie Averett. Number 9 is batting. That's Callie Toon. Callie Toon is batting. So we got the first name right. We did not get the second name right. And so she swings at the first and lets the second one go. It's 1-1 the count, I believe. And Toon, that's a .667 batting average, it says here. .667 with a home run. She is just a sophomore, but that's a heck of a batting average for Callie Toon. She does swing through the pitch. It's 1-2 the count now with 2 down. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Toon comes in to bat, but goes down swinging. So Providence Hall is able to work out of the difficulty with that leadoff single, but they don't get anything out of it, and they play it away. So that will be it for the 5th inning. We'll be back with the 6th right after these great messages from Ava.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Welcome back here to Spanish Fork again as we go to the 6th inning now. And the underdog, Providence Hall, the number 7 seed, holds a 4-3 lead over the number 2 Morgan Trojans. And so we'll see what happens here. And on the mound again, Birkeland has moved to the mound for Morgan, and I think that number, maybe it's number 9 Toon that's on catching. Well, still can't see that number because it's covered up by the catcher's shield's protective strap, so we can't say for sure. First pitch is a ball. Second pitch is going to be a strike on the inside corner. Batting is Ireland, I believe. Ireland Anderson batting. Pulled a string on that one for another called strike on that outside corner. So 1-2, I believe, is the count. Or 1-1. I thought it was 1-2. We'll see. Whoa, she pulls a string again. Caught her looking. And Ireland will have to sit down there as that was a great pitch. She's faced 4 batters and she has 3 strikeouts, does Birkeland. 4 batters, 3 strikeouts. So we'll go back to the top of the order. Mariah Garcia now. Been up 3 times. She's batting from the left side. Pitch going to be outside a little bit. Ball 1. Garcia has reached on a base on ball. She's grounded out, flew out to the shortstop and reached on an error and then scored in the big inning there for them. Another pitch, ball 2, and it almost appears like Birkeland is overthrowing just a little bit right now because she's really bringing some smoke. Takes a little off that. Ball 3 outside. So 3-0 the count here to the leadoff batter Garcia. Haley Lentz on deck and Alyssa Marsek in the hole here. Oh, she pulls the string on that one and froze the batter in her tracks. Of course, you're not going to swing on that 3-0 anyway, but literally froze the batter on that one. 3-1 the count now to Garcia. Hits it right back up the middle, fielded by Birkeland, and she throws easily to first base, and that's an out at first base. So that's Birkeland, the pitcher, and I think we've got a different first baseman too. No, it's still Stacy George, so we're good there. So Birkeland to George on the field in there, 1-3 for the second out of the inning, and it brings Haley Lentz to the plate, also left-handed, and Haley Lentz. Going to be way outside ball. And Haley Lentz sacrificed to move the runners. In the first inning, she's got a single and scored. In the third inning, and got a base on balls and got all the way to third, but could not score in that fourth inning. So pitch that time was just a little outside, I would say. Just a little. In fact, the third baseman about had to field that one. That one's down the middle. Hardly hit to second base, ranges over, picks it up, makes the throw. So Kaya Peterson to Stacy George, and that's the end of their half of the inning. And we'll take a timeout. We'll be right back with the bottom of the sixth as Morgan needs to make a run here to keep this thing going.
Riverton Chevy is more than just a dealership. For over 103 years, our family has proudly served this community because Utah is our home. Through our Everyday Champions program, we celebrate those who make our community stronger. Military, teachers, and first responders, our local champions never pay for oil changes with the purchase of a new vehicle. Thank you for making Riverton Chevy your dealership for over a century. Visit us today in South Jordan or online at rivertonchevy.com. Still the Chevyweight champion.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
Alright, this round's almost over.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
Welcome back here. We're still trying to figure out and try and get straight on this as we announce this for you folks at home. We do know that Birkeland went to the mound. We're just not quite sure who the little catcher is right now. We can't see the number because it's covered up with her protective equipment. We'd like to get that to you at home so you can enjoy your daughter, sister, grandchild, whatever it might be, getting to play in the ball game. They'll start this next inning, though. They'll come to the plate. Yeah. It's the other one. So coming to the plate, and I've got number 15 coming to the plate. I thought it was supposed to be. I've got the wrong team. Well, that'll work if I get the right team going here. Here we go. Now maybe this will work. I've got Case and Easton supposed to be up, but we got number 15 at the plate for Morgan. Okay, well, someone's batting here. So the flex, number 15, will be batting in the spot of the designated player. So she hits one to left field and ranging back. Oh, nice play by Providence Hall left fielder Ireland Anderson, who was pulled over to the right side of the field and had to range way back towards the left field sideline and make a great play there. Well done by her. Ireland Anderson. And it'll bring to the plate. We've got Gwen Ricard at the plate now as she has re-entered. Lexi Clark batted last time. Now Gwen Ricard enters back in to her normal spot there as the number 9 hit her. Swing and a miss, strike. Is that 1-1 or 1-1 the count? And again, folks, we apologize, but they don't call the subs up to us. We just kind of have to try and figure it out as they walk to the plate and things. Bunt is laid down, nicely done. Good play by the third baseman. The ball goes off the glove or the base runner. There'll be some complaints here, I'm afraid. Not apparently, no one's complaining. So you've got Gwen Ricard with a bunt single, or are we calling that an error? Okay. And if you, I ask because the official score is sitting next to me, and so I ask what the official score was, and we're going to rule that as she reaches on an error. And nevertheless, she's on base. And now they go back to the top with Lexi Hardman batting, and Lexi Hardman has got 2 singles and flew out to popped up to the catcher. So she's been on twice, scored once. See if she goes with that slap bunt again. Turns and bunts it right back at the pitcher. Pitcher up with it. Nobody covering first, and so no one makes the play. She turned to make the play at first, and the second baseman in right field was slow getting there, could not make the throw, and so Lexi Hardman gets to first base and pushes Ricard to second base. And again, there was no throwing error there necessarily. It was a rotational error, but almost have to give that an infield hit almost. So now the infield is drawn up. Pop up in the infield. Should be an infield fly rule. Second baseman settles under it and will make the play. So Peterson will fly out the second baseman for the second out of the inning, because the first batter flew out to left field. So that's the second out of the inning. So it's 2 down, runner at second and first. And coming to the plate, Cassidy Wardell. And she had a single in the first inning, flew out to right field in the second at bat, and grounded out to shortstop the third at bat. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And you know, I thought the little Garcia pitcher was struggled at first, but boy, she has really settled in here the last few innings. Swing and a miss, strike 2. As she tries to battle out of this situation with a runner in scoring position, and Providence Hall clinging to a 1-run lead here. Driven to the right side, off the screen, foul ball. As Wardell stays alive, Josie Kelly will be on deck if Wardell can keep this inning going. Morgan down to just mere outs now. They've got 4 left, this one included right here, with runners in scoring position. Pitches inside, low, no call there. 1-2 the count. The official's movement at first, I thought he'd called that a strike. Ball is driven into left center field over the head of the center fielder. 1 run is across, 2 runs across, and a stand-up double by Wardell. As she comes through and gets a double there, Wardell with a big hit there drives in Lexi Hardman from first and Gwen Ricard from second. And so that 2-run double there by Wardell. Timely hit puts Morgan back on top, 5-4 now here in the 6th inning. She was down to her last strike and battling and made a huge hit there. And Isaacson not able to get to it. This time it's a bloop into center field. Isaacson will get that one. So that's the 3rd out of the inning, but not before the damage is done. Huge hit by Wardell. And that'll bring us to the 7th inning now. Providence Hall down by 1 as we go into the 7th inning, 5-4. We'll be back with the end.
Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they provide value beyond the project, creating places where people live, work, and thrive. For over 40 years, they've proudly served our communities, enhancing lives through their work. Join their team and become a dedicated community improvement leader. Whether you're an engineer or just love infrastructure, they invite you to seek a career with them. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Your car carries you and those you love through the days and years. It deserves the best care you can give it. At Burt Brothers, we can help with that. We've been doing it better than anyone else since 1991, and we'll keep doing it to get you through all the important moments on life's roads. Because cars are more than how we get from here to there, they're how we get from there to here. Find your nearest store and discover special offers at burtbrothers.com.
I tend to believe it's a 6, but I'm not sure. Welcome back. We're still working on that number of the little catcher. She's doing an excellent job in the innings that she's been in there. It looks like it might be a 6 for Morgan. That would be Camry Carter. If it's 9, that's Callie Toon. And we're working through that to try and figure that out. Camry Carter is listed as a second baseman or an outfielder. Toon
Expecting a bundle of joy?
So maybe
Beaver Valley Hospital's new maternity wing is your local haven for life's special deliveries. Combining cozy comfort with top-tier technology, they bring big city.
Birkland, and that's going to be a ball outside. Batting 4. Now, Providence Hall finds themselves in a bad spot here as now they're down 1, and it's the 7th inning. Swing and a miss. Nice change of pace by Birkland. Her change of pace between her fastball and her changeup is stark, the difference between the two. So batting is Alyssa Marsek, I believe, number 5. Yes. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 at least. 1 and 2 is the count, yes. So Marsek. Madeline Johnson will be on deck. Marsek has a couple of hits in the ball game. In fact, she's been on 3 times. See, this one's going to go into right center field. That's a base hit. It'll be down, picked up by Ricard and thrown back in. But a nice job of hitting there by Alyssa Marsek. She's a little bit behind it, had to reach down and slap it out of there, and got the job done. Single by Marsek. She's had a great day. She's been on every time she's batted, she's been on base. So she's had a great day. And batting now would be Johnson. She turns to bunt, fakes it. Nice pickup by the catcher. And nothing happens. Good rotation by Morgan's infielders for the bunt. And the runner was not able to advance. It was called a ball. Turns the bunt again. Oh, it's off the hands, foul ball. Jammed her inside hard, and it just bunted it off. So that's a foul ball, strike 1, 1-1 the count. So again, I believe it's the 7th inning. Birkland brings it, bunts down to, in time, they're able to go to second base. Great play by the third baseman for Morgan. That's Cassidy Wardell. And she has had a great day, but she come charging hard. The bunt was a little hard. One hopper to her. She makes the play, hit to second base, which was being covered by the shortstop. And a great play by her to get that out. So next batter up now is Nena Garcia. And she swings right through that one. It's 1 out in the inning. Runner still at first base. Garcia looking to make something happen and move that batter over. Pitches high, ball. 1-1 the count. Garcia flew out to shortstop, reached on a base on balls, and then scored, and then flew out to center field in her 3 at-bats. Swing and a miss on a low strike. And Birkland is dealing out there on the mound. You know, Averett threw a nice game, but Birkland is really bringing the speed with a great changeup. That's inside and low. Runner's going to go, throw down, over the head, goes into center field now as it went through the hands of both shortstop and the center fielder's going to throw across to third. Great arm, but not in time. But oh, what a situation now. You've got the tying run standing at third base and only one out. They went with the pass ball, and then the error got her to third. So heads up running there by Marsek. Ball is going to be dribbled right up the middle, and that's going to result in a tying run. So good job by Garcia, and a heads up play by Marsek to get herself to third. And so it all worked. They got the tying run now, and Garcia standing at first base with the single and the RBI. This game has been back and forth. It was 2-0 for Morgan. Then it was 3-2 for Providence Hall. Then it was 3-3. Then it was 4-3 for Providence Hall. Then 5-4 for Morgan, and now it's 5-5. So back and forth, 5-5 the score now. Only one out, and Isaacson at the plate with a runner on. Fouls that one off to the right side, back out of play. One strike. Morgan trying to hold this so that they'll have a chance to win it in the seventh. A little bit high, it looks like. Ball. Rock Birkeland brings it down the middle, dribbled off the end of the bat, foul ball, strike two. So 1-2 the count. Birkeland rocks. Going to be inside and low. Ball two. Isaacson at the plate, Julian on deck, and Metz in the hole with Garcia, the runner for Garcia at first. Oh, check swing and a miss. Throw down, they got the runner in a bad spot here. On a rundown, they got nobody covering first. The ball is bobbled at shortstop, and so the runner's able to come back to first. But they had the strikeout at the plate, and the runner took off because the ball hit the ground. But if first is occupied with less than two down, you can't run. And she got hung up, but a bad throw back to second base allowed her to get back to first. So Isaacson is a strikeout. Second out of the inning. At the plate, Bailey Julian. Runner still at first base. Called strike. Pitch is a ball, I believe. 1-1 the count now. We have some finals in now. I believe Union beat Richfield, so Union will move on into the championship, and we'll play the winner of this. Oh, nice pitch there by Birkeland once again. It's going to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Julian. And Richfield will drop down. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So able to strike out the batter there and end the inning, but damage is done as it is 5-5 now as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Morgan coming to bat as the home team, and we'll be right back with that finish.
As a urologist, my job includes treating kidney stones, diagnosing, treating prostate cancer, and other disorders of the urinary system. Here at CVMC, specialists and primary care physicians all work very closely together.
As a family physician, being able to have continuity of care and direct relationships with our specialists is something we're very fortunate to have here.
I'm Dr. David Sewell, board-certified urologist. I'm proud to provide state-of-the-art care here at Central Valley Medical Center.
Marijuana has a lot of names, and even more opinions about it. It's a gray area. And even though we don't know everything about it, we do know that the adolescent brain is still under construction until early adulthood. A developing brain's gray matter, the stuff that lets kids think, analyze, and create, can be impacted by misusing cannabis at a young age. So talk to your kids. Let them know that gray matters.
To learn more, visit graymatters.utah.gov.
Well, welcome back to Spanish Fork Sports Complex for the 2A, 3A championship. We are now in the 7th inning. Again, we appreciate Centricom, TeamHive.live, and also the KSL Sports, the three of them together, coming together to make these games possible. We're in the bottom of the 7th now with the home team, Morgan, coming to bat. And as we told you, it's been back and forth all day in this ball game. Coming to the plate is Ava Birkland, the catcher's now pitcher, Ava Birkland, to lead the batting. She dribbles one, the Texas leaguer, just up through the middle. She gets on base, one pitch, and she gets a hit. So Birkland doing her job. Will they run for her or let her run? I would imagine they'll let her run. Good speed, heady player. They'll let her run. And so that'll bring number 3, Kearney Carter, to the batter's box. Carter has struck out. She got a single, then a pinch batter came in for her, and then she re-entered and grounded out to third base. So that's one strike on her there. Be interesting what they try to do here to get Birkland to second base. Third base is standing almost in the batter's box with Carter. She knocks it the other way, though. Oh, an error on the pitcher. Had plenty of time, but Garcia dropped the ball as she got ready to throw it. And so you've got, not only have you moved the runner over, but you've got 2 runners on now. The coach is going to call a timeout and come out and talk. And that increases a lot of things they can do. But it also, though, in defense of Providence Hall, it keeps the double play in play. The possibility of a double play to get 2 outs instead of 1. And they also have the force at any base. So there's some, not that they did it on purpose, but if you look on the bright side, there are some advantages to having the other runner also on. You'd rather have the out, obviously, but I'm just flapping my gums here. So now you've got Callie Averett at the plate. Turns to bunt, puts down a bunt. Turns to goes to third, not in time. Now the bases are loaded. Wow, Birkland just way too fast for that. And so kind of an error there of choice error there. Again, you should have had the out at first. So now the missed opportunities, you do have a runner at third, but nobody out now. And bases loaded instead of a runner at third with 2 down. So now all the runners are pulled in. Swing and a miss. Throw down to third base. Woo, Chansey, nice stop. And saved that one. Mariah Garcia looked like that one was headed for left field, and she made a good job to stop that.
At the plate is number 15, Stacy George.
And at the plate, number 15 is batting. Stacy George is batting in that spot. I keep forgetting they got to move her up. I'm looking at Kaysen Eason, but she was the designated player. So George, the flex, has moved up into that spot. I thank you. Thank you. So right now it's 2 balls and 1 strike. They can't afford to walk her. Pop up, and that's going to be out of play. That would have been interesting if that had been in play, the tag. So now it's 2-2 to George. Gwen Ricard is on deck. That's a little bit high. I think they thought they had a strike there, but it was not called. So it's up high, 3-2. Full count is the count. No place to put her. And they called a strike on that outside corner. So George goes down with a strikeout for the first out of the inning. So that brings Ricard to the plate. And she has been on one time on an error and scored. On deck will be Lexi Hardman. Foul back to the right. Let's see if Providence Hall is battling. They've had a couple of errors in the inning. They've got the bases loaded with nobody out, but they've battled back and got one. Ricard now in a chance to be a walk-off, a hero here. Nina Garcia rocks and brings it. Little bit high, ball. 1-1 the count now. This kind of action makes people old in a hurry. As a coach, you could go through a lot of lifetimes in a real minute here. Swing and a miss, strike two. So 1-2 the count now. So Ricard down to her last strike. The infield is still drawn in. And that they're going to call that a foul ball. I think they called that a foul ball. She kind of swung. It must have come off the heel of the bat, though, or something. Anyway, it's still 1-2. Ricard still at the plate, and Hardman still on deck. Foul ball back as she battles and hangs in there. Gwen Ricard battles and battles. Score is tied, 5-5. Winner goes on into the winner's bracket. Loser is into the one-loss bracket and turns around and has to play. Rocks, Garcia brings it. Swing and a miss, strike three. Foul tip as she strikes out the last two batters and now has to go up against Hardman. So 2 outs, bases loaded, score tied, top of the order. Hardman comes to the plate. She's got base on balls, and that's a slap. It's off the third baseman's glove. Run scores. Oh, unfortunate for the third baseman. She's had a great game, but that one come off the heel of her glove, and that's all that they needed for them to score. So Morgan wins it in dramatic fashion as they win it 6-5 here and will advance. And feel bad for Providence Hall. They played a really nice game there. But Morgan will move on. Providence Hall will drop down into the loser side. Shouldn't say losers, the one-loss division. And it's 6-5 in favor of Morgan. We'll take a break, give Ava a chance for a break, and then we'll be back.